Ice cream. Banana. One banana left. One banana.
Okay, so what is it? What's going on here? Come on.
I can do dishes, right?
No, mother. Okay, so I don't know what's up. Okay, so that works, but I don't think it works to put it in the chat. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put it. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I'm not sure what's up here. All right, I think we got it going. Okay, so finally, yeah, it took a couple of minutes, but it's working. So again, today I want to talk about what's up with TBC. What's new? What are we doing? It's been a rather busy day for me today. And so I think today what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share the screen and I'm going to show a few things from or something from the blog. Well, I don't want to do that, but I want to make it bigger. Okay, so sharing the blog. This. Okay, so screen share. So I'm gonna share the screen here, and so hopefully you can see this this post here. This is from the blog post. Oh, my camera isn't even on. Stop live. I was never. Wow. Wow. I could seriously get better at this Google stuff. Okay, I think I'm on again. All right. Let's try this again. I'm going to share the screen. So we'll share it. Okay, and the screen that I wanted to see is this. All right, so here we are. And here's what it says. Since the Kringles in the new wallet comes with coming has or have two less zeros, all the cookies will also have two less zeros. Poster. So here it shows what the old Kringles had, the old wallet, and this is what the new wallet. So to have two zeros less and on the wallet. So let's see what it says about it here, right? Okay, so the new wallet will have two less zeros on the Kringles side of it. See the poster above. Okay, so we looked at that, but the loss of those two zeros does not change the value of those Kringles in relationship to the decimal point. In order to make all things balanced in value, we will remove the same two zeros on all of your unredeemed cookies. So please don't send in a bunch of support tickets when you notice the loss of two zeros on your cookies. Mathematically, the value is exactly the same, and I hope you understand decimals enough to know that an infinite number of zeros on the right of a decimal that is situated on the right side of the decimal point has no additional value, is exactly the same as, okay, so this here with the two extra zeros is exactly the same as this one, right? So we are in the distribution phase of the TBC economy, and we don't want to clutter up the new coin network and blockchain with a bunch of very small transactions in the sense and transactions in the sense. Sorry that at this time it is not a good time to buy a piece of bubble gum with using TBC. Down the road, we will develop a separate Kringles wallet that can do uh, micro microscom microscopic transactions that will have all the zeros you would ever need. Cutting off the two zeros on your cookies reward will happen before May 1st, and the day the redemption period begins. Like I said, the change will not impact the value of those cookies once they are redeemed for Kringles. It just keeps things easier to understand because this will keep cookies in equal value with Kringles. One cookie, one Kringle. There you go, folks. All of April's As of April 30th, we will no longer be giving gifts of Kringles because, as I have said in a previous article, those kind of gifts leads to a loss of or leads to a lot of orphaned coins that are lost forever. In the TBC economy, it's like burning paper money. It's just gone. Instead, we will give. It's just gone. Instead, we will give people cookies instead as the gift. So when this change happens in the next couple of days, people will get 250 cookies instead of 25,000 Kringles. Cookies like Kringles don't lose any value when the last two zeros are cut off. Okay, so that explains to us what's up with this TBC wallet and so on. And yeah, I think that's, that sets things clear and helps us understand it. All right, so back to our how do you unshare? There we go. That's easy enough. So back to our hangout here without sharing the screen. There we go. Yeah, I see it's on now. And here we go. So, all right, so that'll be how the wallet is going to work, and that's great. Excuse me, I've had a busy day today. Okay, so as we were today, as I was out doing some work. I was actually working on a vehicle for a bit there and stuff. And I was, thinking about setting up a program of some sort. You know how they what they do when to promote something. Yeah, they give out a card of some sort. Like well, Canadian Tire, they have always ever since I've known Canadian Tire, they had this what they call Canadian Tire money. And of course, it's only worth just a fraction of what, I mean, it comes in 25 cents, printed 25 cents bills and stuff like that. There were 10 cents, 25 cents, I think even 5 cents. But it was always paper. It was never coin. It was just paper. And of course, if you had been to Canadian Tire quite often and had been buying, to stuff at Canadian Tire quite often over the year, you end up having quite a stack of this stuff, this money stuff, and well, eventually you can actually, end up having accumulated enough for a couple of $100 worth, and it actually even makes sense to go and buy something for it. You can't cash it for cash, but you can go in the store and buy something for that. And other things that are also being done, as you likely know, for instance, like the Pioneer gas station, they have a points card. So, um, so if you get one of those cards and you get these points, well, the incentive is that if you keep going to Pioneer for fuel, eventually you accumulate quite a bit of points, and then you get some so-called free fuel for that. But I am thinking about creating something will that something of that nature that would encourage local economy growth, because what's been going on over the past few decades is that these very large chains of restaurants, of stores, of all of these things, these very large chains are, have swept across the nation here, Canada and the US. And what happens with that idea is that all of the money from the local, local communities lose their businesses, and they lose they lose a lot of business, and the money, people from the local areas, they go to these places, to these chain driven stores and businesses, and take their money there. And where does that money go? It leaves the community for good. It doesn't it doesn't build local business. It doesn't help local business. It doesn't, and next thing you know, local businesses have to close down. They can't survive. And then that means local jobs are gone, and like down the line like that. And it has all evolved to these very massive, large companies and huge factories and so on, where everything is robots. Not everything, but I mean, where people are replaced with robots, and locally, people lose their businesses and lose their jobs and all that. And and uh, and we need to focus on becoming strong communities locally. And so to do this, I was thinking about, what if a person would create a system that would encourage local business in that sense, that where a system where only communities local businesses can become part of it, and then of course they would also be handing out cards that would that would cards that would be a part of that network. So it would be like a network of local businesses, and basically any type of business that is a localized business that supports local community building type of businesses they would become part of this. And then of course people would get these cards, and then they would gain points every time. Not points, and I mean significant, that actually would be worth something. And then they could redeem those points at local businesses. So they wouldn't be any good where businesses that wouldn't be members of this localized uh, business community would not they wouldn't be able to redeem them there. They would only be able to and create incentive in that sense. I was thinking, I haven't really figured it all out there exactly, but I would even be willing to discuss with other TBCians about something like that, because if we had a large community, if we had a and here's what I want to say up front about this. It's not something that I would want to put together that that I get a cut out of that. That's not the point. That's completely that's not all I am after is to to incentivize local business, building local communities stronger, get the buying power back into local business and local communities. I'm not quite sure, if I'm explaining things clear enough as what exactly it is that I'm thinking about, and maybe I need to, do some research and clearer thinking about that myself. But I got thinking about that's what that's what businesses do, to try to have to incentivize people to come, to be loyal, as it were, like loyal customers to their business. And so I got thinking, well, what if we could make something like that that would, incentivize, uh, that would give people incentive to support local business, uh, and maybe people would actually see the vision about that, because that way it would strengthen local economies and so on. So anyway, that was one of the things I was thinking. And of course, to do something like that, it would take quite a bit of money. It would take quite a bit of that, which as TBC people, we could do. We could put something like that together. TBC owners, people who have quite a bit of TBC coin, we could definitely put something like that together. All right, so thank you very much for watching this video. I don't believe anybody came on my Hangout, and that is fine. People will pick it up. It'll happen. It's no problem. So anyhow, with that said, check out, while you're here on YouTube anyway, may as well check out cryptotbc.com. You can find information there why TBC was actually even created in the first place. There are very, very good reasons for it, and I'm sure if you understand what's behind it and what's going on with the world economy, I think it'll make very much sense to you. First of all, why TBC was created, as well as getting some yourself. After all, you can begin with a free gift. So while you're at Crypto TBC, may as well sign up with my newsletter and learn more about it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again sometime, I hope, and peace.